4. Then we will say what is this data type. Any idea what is this data type? Why we are giving data type here? What data type we are specifying? Any idea? Okay, the data type, data type of the array element. Array means what? It will contain all same elements, right? Same data type elements we can store. So what is the data type of that elements in the array? That will be the data type we will mention here. So what is the data type of our array here? Which array we are using here? Integer is the element of the array, right? So we will specify integer in this portion, then a variable, then collection. So I can perform any operation on that variable. So what will happen means, here we have created one program, right? Finding sorted. We are sorting the array. So that array I will give us a collection here. So how can I do that operation? For what is the element data type? Int. Then only one element will come into this variable at a time. Then after that another element. Likewise, one by one each element will come into this variable. Then no, where can I get that sorted array? Where can I get the sorted array? Then, so this is what? Method name. For what we are using this method? Finding the ascending order of the given array. So we can give directly this array also, it will work for that. I just wanted to show you this is also possible. This is a method which will return an array. So here we are specifying array, sorted array. I can also specify what? ARR. What is ARR? The given, user given array. What data, what user created array. Correct. User is giving all the data, we are creating the array. That array also I can specify. This is a portion to specify the collection. Getting my point? So here I am going to use that method. Our method which will give the sorted order. Fine. Then how can I print each data one by one? Element. Only one element will print one time. And after that next element. Likewise, this will, how many times this will loop? Size of the array times. Because it is not repeating. It is taking one data, doing the operation. Taking another data, doing the operation. From an array, it will take the first element, perform the operation. Operation is what? Printing the element. Again, it will take the very next data, print the element. Like it is depends on the elements of the array. We are not starting at a position or ending with another condition. There is no condition, right? We will go through all the elements of the array. That's it. So how can I perform this? Enter the size. I am giving 5 again. Elements. So what will I get right here? What is your expectation? 2 will print first, right? Working? Because already the array is sorted. In that sorted array, what is the first element? 2. 2 will print first. Or we can perform any operation. In this portion we can perform any operation. Here I am printing, that's it. So it will print all the elements of the array. It will go through the all elements. It will start from the first element, end with the last element. We cannot stop in between. This is not a loop. We are not looping. We are just taking the data and performing the operation. taking the next data, performing the operation. After the last data we will exit, that's it. There is no condition, there is no index position, correct? Getting my point? Everyone, we are not specifying any condition here, right? Initial value is not there, this is not a loop, initial value is not there, condition is not there, body block of code is there, but value incrementation is not there. We are focusing on what? The collection. How many elements are there in collection? Each element will come into this one, this variable. Any doubt? Understanding what is for each loop? This is the syntax of one dimension array, right? So 2-dimension array syntax will be what? Any idea? We will represent 2 brackets. What is this? One bracket is representing the dimension. So 2 dimension means we have to represent 2 times. Then the array name. Then here because how many one dimension arrays are there, we have to specify that how many one dimension arrays are there in this 2D array, because 2D array is what? It is a collection of 1D arrays, and the representation already we discussed. What is that? This is a normal array. This is a normal array. Each element of this array is containing what? Another array and another 1D array. So what will be the size here and what will be the size here? How many number of one dimension arrays are there? That will be the size here. And what is the number of element in each 1D array? That is the size here. You can make this even more simpler. I will change the order of this arrangement so that it will be more simpler.
Each one should be the same size.
Yes, in this while creating like this, we cannot change it. Here, how many rows are there? 4 rows are there, right? We will update row first. How many columns are there? That we will update here. Even more simpler, I am just giving you that idea also. In that way also you can consider. Number of rows is number of element in the 2-dimension array. Getting my point? So size of this ARR2 is what? If I am accessing ARR2 dot length, what will I get? What will I get here? Why? Number of element in one dimension, this 2-dimension array is what? Number of elements in 2-dimension array. It is 4 only, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting my point? So number of elements in 2-dimension array is 4. So we will get 4 here by using ARR, that name, array name dot length. How to get this number of length of this 1-dimension array inside the 2-dimension array? How can I get that? ARR2, this is the array name, 2-dimension array name. How can I access this position? These will be the index positions. This will be the index positions. No need of giving, I'm just giving that idea. So 0th index position is what? This element. Correct. Each element in the array will have one index position. So index position of this selected array is what? 0. Then how can I get this data 3? How can I get the data 3? ARR 2 of 0 of 1, because this element is 0, this element is 1, this will be 2. Getting my point? Each element of the two-dimensional array is separated into different index, and each in this first index position we have another 3 datas. Correct? Simple concept. If you are understanding one-dimensional array, this will be easy. So how can I get this data? This 3. This is zeroth element, this is 1th element, this is 2nd element, 2th element. So 2, 3, 2, we will get that data. We will try this logic also. So array we have to actually specify using this curly bracket. Static and dynamic arrays are there, right? So static array will be representing using curly bracket. I will take this into program. So in main method I don't have anything else. I am going to keep this data. What is this? Array data, two-dimensional array data type, integer data type. So I can only store integer values in it. Then name of the array. Then this is the datas, right? Like size of the array, and also along with that I can give one thing. This is also possible, no need of confusion, I will give you that idea. Yes. So in this way also I can specify the array. This is also static declaration only, right? Because I am giving the data directly. Yes or no? As a programmer, I am giving the data directly. If I have to change the data, I have to manually update it. Correct? This is not dynamic, but in this way also, this is the third way of creating the array. First way is what? We can directly specify this here. Correct? This is what we discussed first. Second one is what? We can take the value from user by stopping at this point. Correct? By specifying the size, we can take the value from user. Yes or no? This is the second way we discussed, right? Third way is what? In this way also I can, if you are seeing this code in exam, you should not say that is error, right? That is why I am saying this is the third version of creating the array. This is the last version of creating the array. In this version, I should not say the size here. It will take the size according to this one. This is also static way only. In this way also I can specify here. Getting my point? Then how can I take the data from user side? For this two-dimensional array, how can I take the data from user side? What is mean by taking data from user side? Come on. Now you know how to create this array and all, right? Tell me what should I do to create this array? Enter the array size. I will get one size. If I have to create a square array, like row and column is same, I have to take only one data, right? With that, how can I create the array? How can I create the two-dimensional array? How can I create? Both of this portion I will give us what? Size. Then, so I given size here. Whatever size I am giving, like 2 into 2 matrix, 3 into 3 matrix, right? It is a kind of cube format, right? So we are giving that values, that kind of array we are creating here. Then how can I take the value from user into this each position of the array? How many loops required? Can I use for each loop? Can I use for each loop? For each loop, I am going to update the data in the array. Can I use for each loop? No. Then, because index is required for storing the data, right? Or modifying the data. So for int I equal to 0, I less than array dot. Okay, we can give size directly or array dot length. Both are same. That is what I am saying. I can give size here or I can give array dot length. Both are same. Then I plus plus for int, because row and column concept is there, right? J equal to 0, j less than length, then j plus plus. Fine. Then, so we already discussed about the format of array. We already discussed about the format of array. Here we are going to create a cube kind of. So let's say 3 and 3. How many data I have to add? 3 and 3. 9 data I have to add, right? But I will add in a order, so that 1, 2, 3 will be storing in this one. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How can I do that operation? I have to store here 1. So what is the position? 0, 0, 0. Correct. This is 0th element and this is 0th element. 0, 0. This one is 0, 1. So using this nested for loop, how can I write the code to store the data? ARR of I, j. So for the first time, I will be 0 for all the j values starting from 0 to 2. Getting my point? 0 to 2. I will be 0 for all the values of j, 0 to 2. Getting my point? Here I is 0. We are pointing to the first element. Here j is 0. We are pointing to the first element of the one dimension array. Again here this is 2. J is 1. Here j is 2. Getting my point? For all these j values starting from 0 to 2, I is same. That same thing is happening in this for loop also, right? I is same, j will be starting from 0 to 2. So I can say I comma j equal to SSC, SSC is already there. SSC dot next in. So before this I have to give the information that I am going to take the data. Enter the elements. I will take each data. How many times this will work? Only 3 times. For I equal to 0, 3 times. For I equal to 1, 3 times. For I equal to 2, 3 times. Total how many times? 9 times. So each data will be filled. For I equal to 0, we will do 3 times and we will add all the data. For I equal to 1, we will do 3 times and we will add all the data. For I equal to 2, we will perform 3 times and we will add all the data. Getting my point? So understanding what is two-dimension array? Yes or no? Yes or no? Are you understanding how to take the values? Then remaining all operations are same. Can you find out the minimum element in this array? Minimum element. What is the logic of finding minimum element? I will do here itself. But don't do the operations in main method. Here I will show you that operation, like how to do. Here I will show you how to do that operation. So what we will take for finding minimum element? Min equal to array of 0 of 0. This is two-dimension array, right? So I have to give 2 dimensions with index position. Then no, only minimum I am finding. Only minimum. I am not sorting. Sorting is different, right? So I am just finding minimum. How can I do that operation? If same logic you used in one-dimension array. If minimum of, okay, or we can say ARR of ij minimum, right? We are finding minimum. Min of min less than min. Then min equal to array of I j. Done. At last we will get what? Min data. Finding min, max, counting the data, searching the data, everything is same. There is no difference in that. Only the syntax is different. One-dimensional array means what? Each element will be integer data. Two-dimensional array means what? Each element of the two-dimensional array is what? Another one-dimensional array. In that one-dimensional array we have each individual integer data. Getting my point? 2D array. Even 3D array is there. Can you imagine 3D array? Each element of one-dimensional array, like each element of three-dimensional array will be what? Two-dimensional array. Getting my point? Like, can you imagine 3D array? Even 4D array is there, 5D array is there, 6D array is there, but we cannot imagine it, so we will not learn. We can imagine up to 3D array, right? 3D objects. Have you ever seen 4D object? In video we can, that is a different thing. I'm asking you in real time. No, right? We cannot imagine that. So only 3D is the maximum dimensions that we can imagine. So here also in program we can create different dimensions. Each element of the 3D array is what? 2D arrays. Each element of the 2D array will be what? 1D arrays. Each element of 1D array will be what? Elements. Individual integer elements. That is the difference. So we cannot imagine after 3, right? Maximum we can imagine 3. But even that 3D array I cannot print in console. How will I print? 3D array. How we can print that in console? There is maze programs. For performing in 3D arrays, we have maze programs. You can search that programs, but it is not that easy. Even that printing of maze is also not able, like it is not easy to understand for the beginners. It will take some time because 3D is printing. How we can print 3D? Is that possible? No, we will print all the different sides of the 3D object one by one as 2D format.